What's up, Skyline chasers? Ready to soar to the top of America's tallest buildings in 2025? From jaw-dropping heights to architectural legends, we're counting down the top 10 towers you need to know. Let's climb. Imagine standing at the edge of a glass observation deck, 1,000 feet above the streets, with city lights sprawling like a galaxy below. The USA's tallest buildings aren't just structures. They're monuments to ambition, engineering, and dreams that scrape the sky. In 2025, the race for height is fiercer than ever, with new giants rising and old icons holding strong. From New York's shimmering spires to Chicago's bold towers, we're counting down the top 10 tallest buildings in the USA, from number 10 to the one that rules them all. Get ready for a vertigo-inducing ride through steel, glass, and history. Kicking off at number 10 is Comcast Technology Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, standing proud at 1,112 feet with 60 floors. Opened in 2018, this sleek glass giant is Philly's tallest, designed by Norman Foster with a nod to sustainability. Think energy-efficient systems and a rooftop garden. Its lantern-like top glows at night, anchoring Center City's skyline. Inside, it's a hub for innovation, housing Comcast tech teams, luxury hotel rooms, and restaurants like Vernick Fish. The public atrium's a stunner. Think soaring ceilings and digital art displays. Fun fact, it's got the fastest elevators in Philly, zipping you to the top in seconds. For visitors, the 59th floor observation deck offers 360-degree views of the Liberty Bell and beyond. It's a modern marvel that blends work, play, and jaw-dropping height. Climbing to number 9, we've got Wilshire Grand Center in Los Angeles, California, hitting 1,100 feet across 73 floors. Completed in 2017, this West Coast titan dethroned the U.S. Bank Tower as LA's tallest, thanks to its sail-shaped spire. Designed by A.C. Martin, its glass facade curves like a wave, reflecting LA's sunny vibe. By day, it's a gleaming beacon. By night, its LED crown lights up in colors for holidays or Lakers games. The building's a mixed-use gem, home to the Intercontinental Hotel, offices, and retail. Guests rave about the 70th floor sky lobby, where you can sip cocktails with panoramic views from Malibu to downtown. Pro tip: hit the open-air bar for sunset. Hollywood Hills as your backdrop is unbeatable. At 1,100 feet, it's LA's sky-high pride. At number 8, we're in Chicago for 875 North Michigan Avenue, better known as the John Hancock Center, towering at 1,128 feet with 100 floors. Built in 1969, this black steel icon by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill redefined Chicago's skyline with its X-braced facade, both structural and stylish. At 1,128 feet, 1,500 with its antenna, it's a legend. The 94th floor observatory, 360 Chicago, delivers unreal views. On clear days you can see 4 states. Thrill seekers love the tilt experience, where you lean out over the city in a glass cage. Downstairs, shops and restaurants buzz, while residents enjoy condos with killer lake views. Fun fact, its slanted base inspired the Chicago School of Architecture. It's a timeless giant that still commands respect. Number 7 takes us back to New York for 30 Hudson Yards, reaching 1,296 feet with 103 floors. Opened in 2019, this Cohn-Pedersen-Fox design is part of Manhattan's shiny Hudson Yards complex. Its triangular shape and glass skin scream modern luxury, but the real star is the Edge, the Western Hemisphere's highest outdoor skydeck at 1,131 feet. You're literally hanging over Manhattan with unobstructed views of the Empire State Building and the Hudson River. The tower's packed with offices, think Warner Media, retail and dining, plus a cultural space for events. Elevators whisk you up in under a minute, and the summit's glass floor lets you peer straight down. At 1,296 feet, it's a bold player in NYC's height game. Landing at number 6 is Bank of America Tower, also called One Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan, standing 1,200 feet tall with 55 floors. Completed in 2009, this eco-warrior by Cook Fox Architects boasts a crystal-like facade that shifts with the light. It's one of the greenest skyscrapers around, LEED Platinum certified with rainwater harvesting and recycled steel. At 1,200 feet, 1,400 with its spire, it's a midtown standout. Inside it's all corporate chic, housing Bank of America's HQ and other big players. The Urban Garden Room offers a public oasis with greenery, but the real draw is the view from nearby Bryant Park. Grab a coffee and marvel at its glowing spire. It's proof you can go tall and green. Halfway up at number 5 is the Empire State Building in New York City, soaring to 1,250 feet across 102 floors. Since 1931, this Art Deco legend by Shreve, Lamb and Harmon has been America's sweetheart. At 1,250 feet, 1,454 with its antenna, it held the world's tallest title for decades. Its limestone facade and setbacks are iconic, immortalized in films like King Kong. The 86th and 102nd floor observatories draw millions. Think sweeping views of Central Park and the Statue of Liberty. Recent upgrades added immersive exhibits on its history. Fun fact, its spire was meant for airship docking. Spoiler, it didn't work. With offices, shops, and that timeless vibe, it's still NYC's beating heart. Number 4 brings us to 111 West 57th Street, aka Steinway Tower in New York, piercing the sky at 1,428 feet, with 84 floors. Opened in 2021, this shop architect's gem is the world's skinniest skyscraper, with a width-to-height ratio of 1:24. Its terracotta and glass facade nods to old-school NYC, while ultra-luxury condos cater to billionaires. At 1,428 feet, it's a pencil-thin marvel on Billionaires Row. No public observation deck here. Residences start at $7 million, but street-level views of its tapered elegance are free. Fun fact, it sits atop the historic Steinway Hall, blending old and new. For engineering nerds, its concrete core and tuned mass damper keep it steady. At number 3, we're in Chicago again for Willis Tower, formerly Sears Tower, hitting 1,451 feet, with 108 floors, built in 1973 by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill. This black-tube behemoth held the world's tallest title for 25 years. At 1,451 feet, 1,730 with its antenna, it's still a titan. The 103rd floor sky deck is a must. Its glass-bottomed ledge juts out, letting you stand over Wacker Drive on clear days. You'll spot Wisconsin offices fill most floors, but the base has shops and eateries. Fun fact, its bundled tube design inspired countless skyscrapers. Recent renovations added a visitor center with interactive displays. Willis Tower's raw power keeps Chicago's skyline fierce. Number 2 is Central Park Tower in New York City, soaring to 1,550 feet with 98 floors. Completed in 2021 by Adrian Smith plus Gordon Gill, it's the tallest residential building globally. At 1,550 feet, it dwarfs most rivals, offering condos starting at $6 million. Its limestone and glass exterior blends elegance with muscle, anchoring Billionaires Row. No public access, but the Nordstrom flagship at its base draws crowds. Residents get private pools, gyms, and Central Park views that'll stop your heart. Fun fact, its cantilevered design maximizes park-facing windows. If you're dreaming of luxury, this tower's the pinnacle, literally. And now, the number 1 tallest building in the USA in 2025, One World Trade Center in New York City, standing at 1,776 feet with 94 floors. Topped out in 2013 by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, its height, including spire, honors the Declaration of Independence's signing year. At 1,776 feet, it's the Western Hemisphere's tallest, a symbol of resilience post 9/11. The glass facade reflects the city, while its concrete core ensures strength. The One World Observatory on floors 100 to 102 offers 360-degree views. Think Brooklyn Bridge to the Atlantic. Offices dominate with tenants like Condé Nast, but the public can hit the observatory's immersive exhibits or dine at One Dine. Fun fact, its spire doubles as a broadcast antenna. It's not just a building, it's America's spirit in steel and glass. But hold up, the height race isn't over. A wild card looms. Legends Tower in Oklahoma City approved at 1,907 feet. If built by 2028, it'd snatch the crown, dwarfing One World Trade Center by 131 feet. Designed by AO, this glass-clad giant would rise in Bricktown, blending residences, hotels, and retail. Its symbolic height nods to Oklahoma's 1907 statehood. But skeptics question funding and demand in a smaller city. As of April 2025, ground hasn't broken, so it's a maybe, not a done deal. For now, One World Trade Center reigns, but legends could rewrite the skyline. These 10 giants, One World Trade Center's defiance, Central Park Tower's opulence, Willis Tower's grit, Steinway's slenderness, the Empire State's charm, Bank of America's green glow, 30 Hudson Yards edge, John Hancock's X-Brace swagger, Wilshire Grand's LA shine, and Comcast's Philly pride aren't just buildings. They're stories. Of cities pushing limits, architects defying gravity, and people chasing views that touch the stars. Heights are measured by the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, counting spires but not antennas, ensuring a fair fight. Most cluster in New York with 7 and Chicago with 2, while Philly and LA break the duopoly. Visiting? Observation decks at One World Trade Empire State Willis 30 Hudson Yards and John Hancock are your best bets. Tickets range from $30 to $80. Book early for sunset slots, crowds peak then. Pro tip: check weather apps. Fog can kill views above 1,000 feet. If you're sketching a road trip, start in New York City for the Big Five, swing through Philly for Comcast, hit Chicago for Willis and Hancock, then end in LA for Wilshire Grand. Can't choose? Empire State's classic, but One World Trade's emotional punch hits hardest. Engineering nerds, listen up. These towers battle wind, quakes, and weight. One World Trade's hybrid steel concrete core, Willis's bundled tubes, and Steinway's mass damper show how brains beat brawn. Sustainability's big too. Bank of America's recycled materials and Comcast's low-energy system set the pace. Costs? Billions. Central Park Tower hit $3 billion and One World Trade wasn't far off. Yet they spark economies, drawing tourists, tenants, and prestige. What's next? Besides Legends Tower, projects like Miami's Waldorf Astoria, which will stand at 1,049 feet and is due in 2027, and New York City's 270 Park Avenue, which will reach 1,388 feet and is expected to be completed by 2025, are climbing fast. Globally, Dubai's Burj Khalifa at 2,717 feet still mocks everyone, but the USA's got 29 super talls, each over 984 feet and counting. Chicago birthed the skyscraper in 1885 with the Home Insurance Building. Now New York City owns the Skyline, with 16 of the top 25. Picture yourself atop one of these, say, Willis Tower's ledge, heart pounding as you step onto glass, 1,353 feet up, or Central Park Tower, gazing at Central Park's green sea from a $50 million penthouse. These aren't just buildings, they're time machines blending 1930s glamour with 2020s tech. Each has quirks: Empire State's red, white, and blue lights for holidays, Wilshire Grand's spire dancing in purple for LA Pride, Hancock's tilt scaring your socks off. If you're picking one to see, One World Trade's a pilgrimage, history and height in one. Budget travelers, hit Empire State's 86th floor over the pricier 102nd. Thrill junkies, 30 Hudson Yards Edge is your spot. Can't visit? Drone vids on YouTube, check channels like The Dronalist, bring the vertigo home. Want stats? One World Trade's 1,776 feet edges, Central Park Tower's 1,550, but Willis's 1,451-foot roof height tops One World Trade's 1,368 if you ditch spires. Sorry, purists. The USA's tallest buildings are more than steel and ego. They're where cities shout, "We're here." From number 10's Philly Glow to number 1's NYC Triumph, they're proof humans can touch the sky. Which one's your vibe? Plan a visit, because these giants don't just stand, they inspire. That's the top 10 tallest buildings in the USA for 2025. Sky-high legends. Which one's calling your name? Drop it in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more epic adventures. Catch you at the top.